So welcome everybody to the Masterclass sessions. We're very pleased to have visitors from the UK to come and just share some of the experience that they've got in teaching people about croquet. And we know that we've got two sessions. This morning we'll be covering coaching and talking about how to improve performance, both from the perspective of a coach and a player. So I think people in this room fit into both of those categories. In the afternoon, we're going to be talking about rules and how they can work to, your use of rules as a player and as a referee. So I'm very pleased to introduce Ian Shaw. Ian is from High Wycombe Croquet Club in the UK, just a bit north of London.
So between London and Oxford.
And Oxford, that's right.
Halfway between.
Yes. And Roy Tilcock and Pam Sim. And you're going to introduce yourselves a little bit more
If you like, yeah.
in a little moment, so I'll leave you to do that. So I just wanted to let Ian know that today we have people from the Canberra Croquet Club, from Nowra Croquet Club. Doug's come from
Who's
Doug's from Nowra. So Doug's been very instrumental in coaching and setting up Nowra Croquet Club, which has four new lawns, and is a hub in New South Wales. So we have hubs which are centres for coaching and training and competition. So that's a sort of a kind of spread around. Canberra is also a hub for New South Wales. So we have Doug, and Mark Scruton has come from the coast, but he's a member of our club. And we have people from Belconnen Croquet Club, who's Vicky at the moment, and Gary, hopefully, if he arrives. And our other members are all from Canberra and are all people who are motivated and keen to learn, and I would consider mentors and coaches from the club.
Bravo.
Oh, and Peter Frere's from Queanbeyan, apparently. So this is a hub activity, so we have invited our neighbouring clubs to attend it. So I'm going to let Ian talk a little bit more about what we're doing and kind of get, I guess, your input to how we're going to travel this morning. But I'm really looking forward to it, so thank you.
How kind, thank you. Well, thank you. I really feel such a privilege, please, I've got lots I want to share, but I want to learn as well, because you're experienced coaches, and we're in it together. So I hope what I have to share is of value, and I really want to hear from yourselves as well. I'm here with Pam and Roy. They're responsible actually for me being here, because Roy and Pam are from the Ryde Croquet Club. I'm going to ask them to just introduce themselves in a moment. They invited me to come along with them, and then from that, these two workshops came about. So, Pam, do you want to just say why you're here?
You thought it was a holiday.
That's the main reason really, but we come from quite a small croquet club on the Isle of Wight and fairly isolated, so we don't get an awful lot of practice with other clubs. And we had a very enjoyable trip to Australia before, and we thought it would be very nice to come again and also manage to play some croquet if we could get a group of people together. So that's my motivation really, to play.
And you're a qualified referee?
I'm a GC coach and referee.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I started about 40 years ago playing AC. Not
too much history, I think.
Anyway, that's all progressed now. I've ended up at the Isle of Wight, 4 lawns, as you say, the only club on the island, and I basically got involved with lots of bits and pieces. Some of you probably seen my name around out there on various things on this advantage game and that sort of stuff. I'm a qualified referee and Grade 1 coach, I think. Yes, what we call
GC.
Which I've been doing at Ryde all the time.
So, and we have very competitive games when we're playing. Let's move on then I have a menu. So this is for us to choose what we would like to do. I've had a chat with Kate, and we can look at any of these that take your fancy. So you can see I have some thoughts for you for coaching top players, some thoughts in addition to those for coaching improvers. I have some experience in coaching juniors, which I'm very happy to pass on to anybody who's interested. I'm on the WCF GC Rules Committee, so cut me through the middle and you find a rules book. I'm very happy to take anything on there. One thing I'd like to share with you. And these two, I've got some material if there's of interest. But did anybody come with a burning desire to cover that? I hope they're going to cover something on this that doesn't appear as yet on that list. Everybody? No? Okay, all right. Well, please, please do engage as we're going through. If you feel that you want to explore something. And by the way, one or two of the slides might be worth photographing. Most are not, but one or two maybe, and feel free to do so. Okay, well, shall we have a look then at this cowing performance analysis, which I understand from Kate, you've got some experience already.
Yes, I believe some people will have come across the cowing.
Could we have a show of hands, those who know? 1, 2, 3, so about half. Yeah. Okay, got some experience. So I'd like to share our experience of that, and forgive me for those who are familiar, I'll go through this as ab initio, and you'll see it from our perspective. Okay, so the aims, trying to get to that objective, to have some values that players can work with, and coaches. The values focused on, well, what went well, what isn't going so well for this player, and trying to provide a benchmark against which people can then judge themselves. You'll appreciate probably already that this is really relevant for the good players, top players, because the data will be absolutely critical as far as they're concerned. Okay, so what's the method? Well, do you mind if I sit down? I think I'm obstructing a bit of view there. So, an observer is appointed. Would you mind just waving your? Okay, so they've got one of them to record the outcome of every stroke in a game. Oh, okay. My cue for. Do you want to lob those
Oh,
up?
okay, we'll do this.
Okay, yep.
This is the test for your eyesight as well.
Okay, so these are just aid memoirs for you to be able to take away so that you can remember what we've been talking about. So I'd like you to imagine, please, that, I have to stand again, I think, that you're playing in an international competition. It's Australia against, who should we have?
Obviously.
Oh, all right then. Well, you said it. So it's Australia against England. And you've decided that you'd like to gain some intelligence about how the English players play. So you appoint an observer who is kitted out to score how well the English team is doing. And you'll score using this system. Oops. You're looking to identify, as the observer, what was the player trying to do? That's a bit tricky sometimes, you know, whether they're trying to block, whether they're trying to position, but that's your role as an observer. And you score, it's 1 or 0, not half, not 1.5, you did really well. No, it's 1 or 0. Okay, and then, I do suggest that it's really helpful to have 2 observers, because then you say, well, was he trying to position? Or what do you think he was trying to do there? And you agree between you what he was trying to do. Okay, and then we have in England we've got an Excel tool. I think somebody's produced one here, Mark, haven't you? You've got one, so much easier to just pour the data in and it produces something. I'll show you what the output from ours. You, I'm sure, have something that's very similar. Okay, and then analyse the results. Of course, you will then get together with your Australian team and say, well, yeah, well, Ian, you know, he never clears. It's hopeless at clearing, but watch out if he's anywhere near a hoop, because his jumping, Roy's having a chuckle here, his jumping is a bit to be watched. Okay, so, and then if you're a coach, you're going to be feeding that back to the player, or you're feeding it to your team. Yeah. Okay, so I've given you the card to show you how we score. So there are defined types, stroke intentions. So can you see less than a yard positioning within 1 to 7 yards, or more than 7 yards? Yes, yes.
Does that mean that you're standing less than 1 yard from where, or you've achieved getting your ball within the yard?
So the distance over which the ball travels is a yard.
So that's
okay. Right. Yeah. And therefore So we're making a judgment. Where were they trying to get it to? Okay. So we've got positioning, clearing, again near distant, but that would be how far the balls were apart at the time you were trying to achieve the clearance. 2 yard hooping, or within or more than 2 yards. Stun, we in UK, we're tending to use stop for AC and stun for GC. Haven't quite got that transition yet, but that's the distinction. That's why it says stun. Jump shots, jawsing, unjawsing, blocking, in-offs, and other, to cover the range of tactical choices that might be happening. So you can see the observer's got quite a challenge to work out what was this English player trying to achieve. Okay, but go on, yes, Ian.
With positioning, if the aim is to block, you're only going to score if you block it, or if you...
So you'd have to judge which of these was the most likely that they were trying to do. Was it, oh, that was an accidental good block? You know, it was trying to do it from 21 yards. Well, okay, he was positioning, he was lucky to get the block. On the other hand, you know, it's only within 2 yards, and they're trying to run the hoop. Yeah, he was definitely trying to block.
Good outcomes are treated favourably as opposed to accidental outcomes?
No. Accidental scores 1. Yeah, it's 1 or 0.
So accidental outcomes score.
Whatever it's
So what do you do here?
Well, no, I think I would tend to favour, if the person gets a good outcome, whether intended or not,
yep,
it's still recorded as successful.
Yes, yeah. I think to go the other way about is to add a further layer of judgment, which would further complicate. So
our croquet that runs the hoop is a 1 for a hoop running.
So I missed
a
it.
missed Croquet, which runs the hoop.
Yeah, well done. You run the hoop. Yes, yeah.
That's my favourite shot.
Well, sometimes, isn't it? You know, you've got a two, distant one. Yeah. But otherwise, okay, can I just go down a rabbit hole for a moment? Because we've described this is Australia versus England playing in an international competition. You wouldn't be able to ask the English player what he was doing. There is another way of using this as coaches in a coached game. And there you would be saying, well, what are you intending to do? I'm intending to clear red. Okay, that's why I'm scoring you. If you run the hoop, tough.
That's a zero for
It'd be a 0 then because you didn't clear. So that's the...
Typically we're on the card too. That it gets written as a clearing shot or an attempted clear.
Exactly, running the hoop, exactly. Because you've had the advantage, we've removed this judgment layer by getting the players to tell you. But that's only in a coached game, and you can't do it in the international. Okay, so we're not telling you.
In theory, you could have 0 for clearance and 1 for hoop. That would complicate the analysis.
And yes, yeah, the maths behind the Excel hasn't been designed to cope with that. So it's a 1 or 0 for. But
the numbers in there are just random.
no. So can you see how blue first? Obviously, they got a more than 7-yard positioning. They're trying to get in front of hoop 1. They succeeded.
Yeah, but if you go down to the hoop run, it was less than 2 yards.
Thank you. We'll get there. Okay. So red then attempts to position but overruns. Black, again, successful getting into position to run the hoop. But yellow decides to clear blue. Fails to do so, again overrunning. Blue then runs the hoop. Red is now positioning up to hoop 2. Successful. Black successfully positions up. Yellow successfully positions up, and blue, having run here, has now obviously didn't go very far past this hoop, so then had to position up here. Do you see how you can start to get a picture of what has happened and how it will flow on? But this isn't intended as so you can play back the game precisely. It's far more about capturing the success of each stroke or otherwise. And then we pump all these into our Excel tool, and this is the sort of results you can get. Now, I appreciate you're too far away to see some of the information, but let me read it out. So this is the 1 to 7 yard positioning sector, and he gets 14% success in that sector. Here, more than 7 yard positioning, 43% success. So we can conclude we'd expect positioning to be no more than 50% of a top player's game. So a more aggressive style O player would reduce that because you'd be doing more clearing or attempting to run the hoop.
So these aren't success rates, these are percentage of the shots played that were this type of shot.
Sorry, yes, this is, yes, thank you, it's the percentage of, so ones and noughts are included in there. Thank you, I think I misspoke. Yeah, thank you for clarifying. Yeah, okay. So can you see how that could be used as a coaching tool? And I'm sure you'll have similar concepts available. You've got another one here. This is the score for each shot type. Oh, he's doing really well with his more than 7 yard positioning. So is he that or she, biasing his decisions on the basis of, well, I know I'm good at positioning and I'm avoiding doing the clearing, which might otherwise have been a better tactic, notwithstanding their success at positioning. Okay, and then the one can be looking at, in this isn't all from the same data, so scored nothing on more than 7-yard positioning, so that's what that person should practice. Okay, all right, well now, so in summary, we've got a tool to help players. We could use it to analyse England versus Australia. I've seen it used that way, but actually in England more commonly it'd be used as a coaching tool, and there you've got the benefit of removing a bit more of the judgment from the observer, because the player has said, I am attempting to clear the ball as opposed to run the hoop. Okay, so from that the player gets to understand their the way they play and where they can focus their practice and improve their tactical decision making.
Sorry.
Go on, yes.
We may have to analyse a couple of games though, because if the player's doing really well on positioning, they don't have to do anything else. Sort of thing.
Yes. Yes, it's absolutely fair. The more data, the more accurate the results are going to be. You have to balance that against availability of observers and time to play the games. So this is where, if you can get a culture within the club of, we will do this on a Friday afternoon, and you'll start to get more data, and that will be helpful. Okay, but that's really down to what the club wants to do.
It may be very dependent upon who you decide to play against who.
Yes, that's right.
That will give you the...
Yes, yeah. I'm always clearing him. Okay, so wouldn't it be fun to get outside and actually get mallets in our hand? So my suggestion to you, and Kate, if you're happy with that, is that we go and experience this. I know some of you have done it, and others haven't. So we thought we'd just spend a little bit of time having a go. And my suggestion is that 2 players are playing a game. It matters not, a singles game. Playing end strokes, it depends how much time we allow. And we'll start, in fact, we'll start from the start areas. We've got lawn 2 here, and the first group will be playing from primaries from the primary start. Second group of 4 people will be at the lawn 2 secondaries start, and then a group here will be on, I think, your lawn 1 from the secondaries start. Okay, so if I invite you to do that, 2 of you out of the 4 will be observing, and you'll have clipboard and pencils and so on, and play a few strokes and then swap roles. So you've got the experience of, you've all had the experience of observing and making judgments. Then I suggest, as a small group, just have a discussion, and we will facilitate that to find how did it work for you, and what were the strengths and weaknesses. Yep.
And just a question in relation, as we're doing this, those that are observing, you're going to do it as a coaching option, whereas which may provide better information.
Yep. I thank you. Really good question. And no. So do it as the international team. Yeah. You've got to judge. Yeah. And the benefit of that is that it will exercise the observers a little more. Okay. But then maybe that's part of the feedback to decide how that works. Okay, shall I, oh sorry, I think I've got one more, yeah. And then we may have time to come and summarise back here, but let's see how it goes. So who's going to be observing to start with? Okay, I see no, oh you have, good, good. Okay, so crack on please. Yeah, so Mark, you won the toss. Yeah.
You go first. Our assessment would be, I suspect strongly Mark's playing.
So you're,
More than 7 yards.
yeah, you'll probably want to be up there to see how it goes. Yep. Ah, that looks a cracker, doesn't it, Mark? Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think we'll give you one for that.
Picking them up.
Okay.
Too
Yeah,
heavy,
yeah.
Not stiff.
Yeah.
Oh, I get another shot.
Yep, you got, yeah, singles. So what do you reckon on that one?
A 0 we gave it, but only,
You're going to give it a 0, okay?
close, but
Yeah, close,
but
not
only
close
needed
enough.
it.
Yep.
If you had a half, you give it a half, but
Yeah,
it's not allowed,
yeah,
I've got
no,
told.
no, yes.
At the very edge of the V.
Yeah, 0. Ooh,
Fine, so that's also a 0.
bong.
Yes, may well be.
No, he might try and clear.
So that might be
In fact, he should, shouldn't he? I mean, I think you might be going for clearance here, do you think?
I think so.
I mean, in a competition, this is really challenging. Whoa, oh, yes! Well done. Yep.
Even if we're still in the
So we'll definitely give him one for that.
Even though Green may still have a hoop shot, he's made it a lot harder.
Yep. So well, we've got a more than, so what's this, more than 2 yards, isn't it?
Yeah.
more than 2 yard hoop and that's
Assume that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Although we don't really know
Where's
until
that
he
going?
plays.
Here.
Yeah. Okay.
0.
Yeah.
It's easy to judge the hoop. What if it's jaws? Would that be a one?
Okay,
or-
so you've got the opportunity to say jaws.
Well,
If,
depending on the intention.
yeah, exactly. So you'd have to infer from the speed that he played it, that wasn't going to jaw. If
And
it
maybe
did
the
jaws,
position of the other balls as well.
of course, yes, yeah.
This might be a
So
good
it
shot.
wasn't obvious, so he wasn't attempting to do a jaws, even if it had stayed
Oh,
in. Oh, brilliant.
Doug's on fire.
Yeah. Lovely one.
Now this is positioning.
Yep.
It's not very close.
Nice and straight.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
curves
going to be,
curves right. I shouldn't tell you, that's local
oh,
knowledge.
you were robbed, sir.
That lawn,
No,
not straight.
I'm not the rolling officer. I put the lines. The lines are straight.
like,
Talk to Ian Donald.
Mark caught me out yesterday as well.
You're a local. You should have known to hit to the left.
Now you might,
I don't think you want to be there, so you can
Actually,
plot it for
that
brown.
looks
So I think it's a
runnable.
0.
okay, yeah, it would
Yeah, but you
depend
don't
on
wanna
whether
be
it's
there, though. You
runnable.
don't want to be there.
Well, I'd say that looks runnable.
No, but you don't want to be. He's too close to brown. He's going to get clear.
Oh,
So
right.
you need it to be
Yeah.
yards back.
So you're taking that into
So-
account as
yeah,
well, so
yeah.
I'll put a 0.
Whereas that one,
So
I
that's
think
lovely.
that's a
Yeah,
very good one.
that's very,
Because
very
brown
good.
can clear white.
but that's an assessment
So
as to.
that is a...
Now this is
more
interesting because he hasn't got a clear and easy, so he can't position in
Yeah.
front of the hoop.
So
than- so what was he
nice and
trying
clean.
to do?
So,
okay,
no,
so
I
he
think-
was positioning.
So I think that's a 1. It's just,
How does that one go?
Yeah.
It was the
So
best you could achieve.
I
so
think
that's
a 1.
that was
'Cause
yes,
you,
yeah,
you couldn't go right in
yeah,
front of the hoop.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
shall we? What are we doing?
Okay.
Brown.
Yeah, of course. No.
White's in a better position than pink, but I'd give white a 0. It's got
Yeah,
too close
because
to brown.
yeah,
But it's pink's.
Yeah.
That's not actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
but that's not where he should have been.
Yes, so he obviously wasn't trying to get there. Now, actually the observers would generally be off the court. Well, I think we'll shortly think about swapping over, because you've started to get have you got the feel of it?
Yes.
Okay, well I think let's just finish that one and then we'll swap over. Yeah, okay, so you'll be playing and they'll be observing. What would be your thoughts, your conclusions, having done the observing, remembering that this was the international match, you got no feedback from your player?
I think the challenge is trying to assess what the actual shot was, whether and like for a long clearance.
Yeah.
It was a good clearance, but it was the wrong ball.
Yeah, well, they were close together, and I was sort of thinking, I'll get one.
I'll get one.
And my first position shot down, I was 3 yards short of where I was aiming. So I think you're discussing whether it was good or... So I wasn't anywhere near where I was trying to go.
But the thing is,
I was still at okay spot.
2 and 8 in front first ball is a success.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
So
it might not be what you intended.
I reckon it'd be really interesting to do this exercise with the 2 people recording, one just on their own watching and the other one doing it as a coaching thing. So just to see how often you've got a different...
Well, there you go, on Friday afternoon, have a go.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we gather round? Just we can be out in the open. So, what were your conclusions from our group?
I thought it was a bit of a challenge trying to decide exactly what they were trying to do, especially for the over 7-yard shots. However, Janelle got a good clearance, but it was on the wrong ball. So,
the 2 balls were close together.
Both opponents.
But if you're missing back, they position well, and if they get a shot, they run it.
Yes.
So and the clearances were 50-50, pretty much, but 2 good clearances from the starting position. So it's going to be a tough.
Thank you. Pam, your group, who was that? Who's going to feedback? Very good. What were yours?
I think we were pretty sure, be pretty clear on what was the intention of the shots that were done, but it was probably, there were some shots that you could say, well, it's probably borderline as whether you give it, in certain things.
Okay.
But I mean, apart from that, I think it was reasonably clear where we were going.
Interesting. So, determining the outcome, success or failure, could be on a borderline, but you can only do a 1 or a 0. So,
I went to run the hoop, but I jaws to them instead.
Right.
So,
okay.
Knowing whether that's your intention.
Okay.
It wasn't.
And so I think if I had been observing, I'd look at the speed of the stroke to help me judge, were you intending to jaws or were you intending to run the hoop?
To get the advantage to go to the next.
Yeah, well, yes.
And if there are other balls behind.
In fairness, that particular shot it wasn't right in front.
No.
It was at a decent sort of angle.
So you're very, very happy with the outcome, actually. But as far as this is concerned, I'm afraid it was an all. Okay.
But the other thing to answer Doug is, I reckon, you will get some wrong, but over time and over a lot of analysis, it doesn't matter.
And of course, we're doing this on the harshest environment because I haven't allowed you to find out what was the intention. In a coached game, totally different. You would have declared which one you were going for, or said that you don't mind, and you would have said what you're going for. That would have clarified, so the results would have been clearer in terms of what your intention was. And there's one other group.
Two things. One is when you're playing playing to hoop one, for example, how some balls are clearly in a good place, some are clearly in a dreadful place, some are in the V but 5 yards out.
Yes.
What do you label them?
Yeah, yeah, and
if Rob's hit it there, it's a good shot. If I've hit it there, it's not a good shot.
okay, okay, yes, yeah. So again, that's going to be down to the judgment of the outcome. Yep. And these are features of this analysis method. I think maybe we're seeing that it's more powerful as a tool when the player has to declare what their intention is, because it'll remove that level, and then but you've still got to judge the outcome, whether the outcome was acceptable or not.
In terms of outcomes, Ian hit a very good clearance against me from 6 or 7 metres away, but my ball hit the next one and stopped where I could run the hoop.
Yeah, okay, but you still, as it, yeah.
Successful clearance?
Yeah, I'd give it a 1. Yes, yeah. I know which side my bread's buttered. Yeah. All right.
You clear someone, but your ball, in doing so, goes a very long way away, and there's so you clear them. Yes.
And yes, a glancing clearance of only, but yeah, maybe it didn't clear, so it's a 0. Even though it was a Croquet, yeah. Okay. Sorry, may I take us? Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I was just going to say, if anybody's into evolving this analysis method by putting some of these other problems into it, then have a go. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there's a copy.
Well, you got the spreadsheet, so it would be a question of What? Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Just I would suggest that the power of this is in the Excel spreadsheet that brings all the data together, presents it in graphical form. So we can come up with lots of refinements, but if it can't be coded, then it won't be worth it. Can I move us on, please? All right. Could I ask you to come round to this funny shape here, kite-shaped? I've marked out here a defined target area that is used in our golf croquet, the Croquet England golf croquet skills assessment exercise. So we have a precisely defined target area. It's precisely defined because we want it to be the same if it's done in High Wycombe, in Ryde, in Canberra, wherever. It's always the same target area. Yeah. So it's helpful for you to know that, and thank you, Ian, for helping me. Who was it? Peter marked it out. So 4 yards here, 3 yards here. So that's 3 yards. That's 3 yards, and this is 4 yards. Please do your own conversion, multiply by 1.3. Yeah. Okay. So the result is that you'll get pretty well accurately a 90-degree sweep here, so 45 degrees from there to there, and you're all experienced coaches, so you'll know that it is technically possible to run this hoop from inside the kite shape. Please don't ask me to demonstrate though, but it is technically possible. Okay. Yes. So shall we go just back inside so I can brief you, and then we will be coming out again and having a go using this. I hope that was helpful. Those who have not experienced CPA before, perhaps give you a potential tool there, and you can see the strengths and weaknesses of the analysis. So could I take you on to a second area? We're not going to have time to do it all, but maybe do a little bit over lunchtime. But the GC skills assessment, I'd suggest would be the next thing that we cover, because it's something that we have developed in Croquet England, and I think there is some value for coaches in the system. So let me explain about this GC Skills Assessment. First of all, this is a snapshot from the Croquet England website. Please do not think I'm not expecting you to read it. This is just proof to you that on the Croquet England website, and there is the URL. If you want to take a photo of that to help you find it, that's so. Can you see top right? It says log in. So I'm not logged in. So you should be able to get that, to get there.
So we've got to send your slides, haven't we?
Sorry?
We've got a copy of your slides already.
You have. Yeah, sorry, but you do not have to slide. However, Peter, I can give you a copy. Give you a copy. Yeah. Okay. So this is telling you that there's a whole host of material available describing this particular system to you. So that's the reason why I brought the slide up. Okay. So why did we develop this? Well, during coaching, we wanted to be able to help players identify their strongest and weakest skills. Oh, bit of an overlap here with CPA. CPA requires a game to be happening. With GC Skills Assessment, we define the strokes that are about to be played. So that's the distinction. Okay, and then so my score 65. Can I improve that score next time? So it's to give you a benchmark. Mentioning benchmarks, do you have the Duke of Edinburgh Award Scheme? I think you do here. Okay, so they require metricized benchmarks so that you can demonstrate that someone has been playing croquet for 6 months and they've improved, so they get the badge, and so this is intended to help with that process. And then an aspiration. I think you could imagine that if 300 players over 2 years generated a load of data, you could plot them on a graph and you could see with their handicap and their benchmark score, and you'd hopefully find a nice graph line that you could say, okay, so there's a correlation between handicap and skill level, which you'd expect. So from that we can adduce, if you can get a score of 65 in this assessment, then you've got a handicap of N. We haven't got that graph yet. We have the starting of the graph with about 200 lines, which is starting to show the graph line that you expect. But it's not enough yet for us to go to our handicap committee and saying, it's cast iron, lots of data here, and you can adduce from it. So that's where we are, and it's a set of 10. Now, I hope I've got enough. You might need to, I think we might be using these later. So, sorry, could you just, Rob, could you lob them out somewhere? Here, so everybody's got one. Yeah? Okay, yeah, fine. Thank you. So you can see, I hope, that we've got a set of 10 precisely described exercises. And we're going to score the exercise, and we'll go out and do 1, 3 and 9 in a moment. So basic positioning, straight hoop running, and stunning and stopping. Stunning or stopping. And let me just, so there's basic positioning, advanced positioning, straight and angled hoop running, blocking, wiring, clearing, promoting, stunning, and jumping. And each of those exercises is very carefully defined on a score sheet, and to help coaches and thinking about health and safety and all those, we spent quite a bit of time plotting how you could, if you've only got one lawn, you've got more so you could spread these out, but how would you allocate these exercises on one lawn? So you could actually lay out all these and then get a group of players to go round them all. Okay, I showed you the website earlier. If you drill into the website, each one of these, so I'm going to show you that exercise 1 is defined with a description. So we're going to hoop 1's target area. You've seen the target area. It's to score their ability to place a ball in a scoring position approaching from the side of a hoop. Okay, 2 strikers' balls is the minimum, and we place, that's defining the target area, and then we play from, firstly, the start, secondly, as if we're playing across from hoop 4, from hoop 8 to 9, and then as if somebody's overrun a clearance and has to come back from the boundary. So that was the target area, and somebody was asking me a sensible, very sensible question. So that distance is also 4 yards. So 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. And that's your defined target area. And this is how it will appear from a drone. So you're going to play the first ball from there, your second ball from there, your third ball from there. And the intention as we designed these was that they were replicating a game. So, we may be able to get the time to do the exercise twice. That doesn't mean that you play A and A again, because that's not what you would do in a game. So you play A, then B, then C, and then A, B, and C. Okay, exercise 3, which will be up on hoop 6. So this is hoop 6 here, and you've got 3 markers in the ground, half yard, 1 yard, 1.5 yards. Okay. And then the stunning stopping exercise of the balls that I've got spaced already. So here, a 2-foot gap, and the intention is that blue clears red beyond this line, but blue doesn't go beyond this. So we're imagining we've got a hoop here, and we want to clear red and stay in the hoop running position. Second exercise, much tighter, obviously risk of double tap. So same thing, we want red up there and we want blue no further than that. Yeah? Okay, and then that's not, and that's exercise 9. Oops, sorry. Oh dear, come on. Doesn't want to. Yeah, all right.
Don't forget to have a drink.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Okay, so my suggestion is that we, again, in groups of 4, player A is going to play their first stroke, which will be exercise 1A. Player B will play their exercise 1A. The other 2 are recording. Okay. Player A now goes to position B and plays their B, and player B plays from B. You will be here playing your ball you'll play it into there, and your opponent will then play their ball into there. Okay? You'll then move to here and play there and play your ball in, and your opponent will play their ball in.
Yeah, can I just interject there? The first person who played, once they've succeeded or not succeeded, is their ball then moved out the way?
It is, yes. So, thank you. Yeah, so you don't want any obstruction. And I'm sorry about the white pegs on the target area. Ideally, we just have some pegs that can go into the ground, but they'll do for now. Okay. Do you understand the order? Yep. And so 2 are playing and 2 are recording.
So just doing one sheet per
yes, yeah, that'll do it, because you've got C and D. Save the paper.
And could one person record and the other person picture?
That sounds a good idea. Yeah, okay. That'd be generous. Okay. Are you going to score initially?
I'm happy to score initially.
Okay, I'll collect balls. Okay, so this task is to play blue, stun red away, and blue must not go beyond this line. Okay, the pink line.
And how far?
Okay, and to avoid the gaming of the system, I'll just tap it. Red must go beyond this line, which is a 2-yard line. It's lined with that. Okay. So red must go beyond this. Blue must not go beyond that. Both required to score 1. Yeah. Do you want to have a go? Cracker, yep. Yep. Have it, thank you. So you're going. Sorry. But it's I'm merely emphasising the precision, so it's repeatable by everybody exactly the same. What a lovely job. Lovely job. Okay. That brings out something that I should have mentioned to everybody. So this is designed, the level is designed for GC 10 plus to 7. GC 7 to 10. That range. So of course, for us, this should be all quite achievable. Yeah, but no, some of the exercises I find a little challenging. So here we go. Same thing, much closer, of course. Oh, I say, what a cracker! What an absolute cracker! Yes, lovely. Hope that was a bit of fun for everyone. But perhaps just an opportunity to think about not your individual strengths and weaknesses, although that's what this is meant to be about, but in terms of our coaching and thinking about what are the implications of saying, okay, I'll use this. What would you see as the key weakness to be aware of with this system?
Well, it's for a certain group of players. So once you get beyond a certain level, you probably
so you'd have to adjust. So this was, thank you, Kate. So this was designed for 7 to 10s, GC 7 to 10s. That stunning one that we were doing, I think the second one is actually a bit of an ask for a 7 to 10. Vicky did very well. but we deliberately wanted some to be stretching. Thank you. So I think understanding the range is a good point. You could adjust them, but then this is a national standard. So our goal was to have a bronze, silver, and gold standard. This is bronze.
Right.
We haven't developed the silver and gold.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
The other issue that our group was discussing was doing these exercises on different lawns.
Okay.
And trying to compare them.
Yes. Yeah. And we are at the moment. The data we've got, we're just pouring in. I have. It's Paul Francis who's collating, and we have recognised that there may have to be some adjustment factor for a really bad or really good lawn. We haven't got enough data to know what the adjustment factor is to do that. But thank you. Yeah, that's an issue.
And do you specify the width?
No, that's interesting.
At the moment are
Okay.
12/16s because we're running a handicap series.
Okay.
So they'd normally be 11. So that might be something to think
Okay.
about as well.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I think in the reality of most of our clubs is that they're not as taught about hoop widths.
Oh, really?
For social play.
Yes.
And then that sort of migrates into, in coaching, you have to accept the hoops that are there.
Right.
Yeah.
Ian, as a general thing, do you use quad-way hoops mostly over there, or the older style?
As a total mix.
Yeah,
Total mix.
Because they're quite different to use.
Oh, yes. So I have experience of quadways and a range of others. And as I was just saying, Kate, there, so one of the issues for something that's a national scheme is that different clubs have different hoops.
Yeah.
And we haven't standardised at all. Yeah. Okay, there is one other weakness I was hoping... Go on.
Well, I thought, in terms of determining someone's handicap, you give equal weighting to these different skills.
Yeah.
But if you can't do basic positioning, you're not going to win any game. So we have to be able to do.
Yes, yeah. So again, we haven't got the data, enough data to be able to do any weighting of the individual exercises. I'm absolutely sure you're right. Jumping, and all that. So it's a sophistication.
What a practice. So when you're teaching new people,
The important thing is to teach them position.
Yeah.
They don't want to learn to jump.
Yeah. yes. Yeah. Okay, could I just bring out the one other weakness? Sorry, I bear the scars on my back for this. So it takes time to set out the exercises. So you as a coach, you've got to arrive an hour, maybe an hour and a half early in order to be able to sit down and mark out all those, the target area and so on. So I've got pieces of string already that are 4 yards and 3 yards, so it reduces the time. Just be aware of that as a factor. Okay, all right. So is that good enough as far as the GC skills assessments?
I think this is a useful group of exercises if you're wanting to coach people, third division players.
Yes.
Or beginners,
Yeah.
Just as a kind of, a checklist.
Yes. Yeah.
These are good ones to know. Let's work through them. Maybe you do them
Yeah.
a couple each week.
Exactly.
So I can see many ways to use
Yes. Yeah.
this. Yeah.
And I like a couple. That's what I'm doing with juniors.
Yes.
I'm saying, okay, right, we're going to score this. This is the long list. We're going to do 2 this week, 2 next week, and then I don't have to spend quite so long marking out all the.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we can move back. What would be helpful? Do you want me to cover GC improvers?
I think that would be helpful.
Would that be helpful? Okay, well, for that, let me lob out. Would you mind? Thank you. Okay. So, what we're handing out is incidentally, we term these cue cards, the little A6 cards. This particular cue card's got two sides. One is the extended profile of the mallet going through the ball. It's emphasizing that. But on the other side, so this is all about how to be consistent as a player. It's a goal for all of us, isn't it? Many aspects to that. Quite a bit is the mental side, okay. But part of it is the skill, and we emphasise within our academy this four P's consistency to playing a stroke. And so before you do anything, you plan what you're going to do. Am I going to position? Am I going to clear? What is it that I've got in mind? And of course, so we've decided we're going to clear. I'm clearing Roy. Yeah, great. So consider all the options, decide. That's the plan. Okay, now we prepare. I'm just wondering how I can demonstrate what I'm talking about here. This is going to be fun, isn't it? That's the ball. Have I got a mallet? Any mallet would be really handy. Oh, even better. There you go. Thank you. Okay. So Roy's foot is his ball, which I'm going to clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm standing here. I've planned. Yes, I'm going to clear his ball. So our technique is we teach walk away. So we walk away in order to get in line so that I can now see, without going up and down, I can see my ball and his ball. I've got a line through those, so I am now standing on 2 feet on either side of that line. We call that the walk away, and then stalk the ball. Do you use the same? Okay, so you're familiar with it all. Okay, so I stalk the ball, and this is all part of the prepare. So walk away, identify the target. I'm looking at the target, and I'm walking towards, stalking the ball. So stalk in line with the target to line the body up correctly, and then establish the grip on the mallet. This one here is stated in that position because we see a lot of players doing this, and I'm really not convinced that it's achieving a great deal. And I have to play 7 games in the day, and my arms get tired, so why not give them a break? And now I can achieve the grip on the mallet just at the end of the prepare. Then position, so I'm sorry, you know all about this, so adjust your stance, casting, again, all familiar? Yeah, okay, and then look at the ball that you're on the strike, maintain your posture, so absolutely rock solid, initiate a smooth backswing, so it's not a jerk back, but a nice smooth backswing, and then strike the ball, centre the mallet face, keep the rest of the body still, and follow through in the direction of the target, unless, Peter, we're doing the stun stroke, and then we're, yeah. Do you see the 4 Ps? So we've analysed what I'm sure you use all the time, but we've distilled it down to the 4 Ps, so that, because I've got a range of coaches within the academy, and it's really good within the academy if we have a standard approach. So, yes, go on.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum around the club for me. The very bottom thing, follow through in the direction of the target.
Yep.
I don't think that Well, my thing about that is that I think it should be over the target, because
as opposed to in direction
of the simple, particularly with hoop running.
Yep.
Because if you're swinging and you're swinging a centimetre offline, you're not running the hoop.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yep.
And the only way that you're going to successfully, consistently run hoop,
yep,
is to actually follow through over the middle of your target.
Okay, I think I would entirely agree. Entirely agree. And if I thought of it, maybe I would have put in, because this is, I accept the point that that's a bit vague, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, with an angled hoop, so I know I'm talking to the expert here, but an angled hoop, it wouldn't be the centre of the hoop then.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'd have to be. Yeah.
Directly over the target.
Yes. So we would teach the target is a blade of grass, and so that is the target.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So in terms of consistency, what we try to be consistent in the way we present this issue, but we also believe that by having this as a consistent methodology in your mind, then you are helping the brain. It knows what's happening because it's always the same.
Do you teach everyone to cast?
Ah, okay.
Some of us here are casters and some of us aren't.
Yes, yep. And we will coach casting to newbies and improvers. But if we're playing a top player and he doesn't cast well, fine. Yeah, bully for you. Yeah. But what's your thoughts, Peter, on that?
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and tactics, just as I brought it.
You could break these little scorecards.
Okay. Yeah, your cue cards. Yeah, cue cards.
You get them all back at the end, aren't you?
So, no. Didn't I tell you it's $10 a throw?
Still not getting them back.
If someone has a process that prefers to take the grip
Okay. Yes, and bear in mind, these were generally designed for newbies, juniors, and improvers. Okay.
The next question is grip choice.
Oh, lovely. Oh, well, how long have we got? Yeah, so.
Whatever's comfortable.
Okay. So we have, we're really privileged. Oh, hello. At our academy, because we have a retired doctor who is an expert in seeing how you walk and say, okay, yeah, you've got a problem with your left hip, haven't you? Because you're always... So that was his job, and he has now applied that to the swing. So he's known in our circle as the swing doctor. And people have a clinic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. People have clinics with the swing doctor for an hour, and he will analyse their swing. So what I'm now about to say about the grip is a little bit coming from what the swing doctor would say. First of all, the grip has to be comfortable. We want to be doing this when we're 90 plus, so there's no point in putting a lot of strain on your wrist. So I cannot play the Irish grip, just if anybody paid me, I just can't do it. Sorry, whoops.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Well, I'm just testing. Yes, so I just can't get this wrist around there. That's a good one. So first of all, it's got to be comfortable. Second, you will get more consistency the closer your hands are together. So we all know, don't we? This is the the beginners, newbie stuff, okay, and we've got to help them to transition to something where they're comfortable. A bit of debate within the community about what grip we would encourage people to use. I think there's a reasonable consensus that we wouldn't primarily be encouraging people to use the Irish grip, very short mallet, and but standard versus Solomon, I have transitioned from standard to Solomon, and yeah. So, is there any more that you'd like?
Well, I think there's a bit of thought that whatever someone picks up and starts swinging with is all right, but I would like to encourage initially to say, here's a mallet, it does a pendulum swing, use it. The best way to use it is two hands together at the top, whichever way you find comfortable.
Okay.
Because I think it starts them off in a better place.
Yes. Yeah.
For long term.
Yes. And we similarly emphasise pendulum swing. The reason for the diagram on the other side is to try to emphasise that actually it's an elongated pendulum to get the longer time of the mallet being horizontal, going through the ball. Absolutely. You'll find if you get our Gazette, there's going to be an article on this precise point coming up in December, I think. So, juniors, I've just got two things that I wanted to pass on from experience. One is to emphasise fun. It's got to be fun for them, and listening to me talking is not fun. I understand. The emphasis has got to be on getting them doing it, experiencing it, and then it doesn't go right, they'll come and whine to you and say it's not going right. So that's where, as a coach, you're looking to see how to help them. In order to increase the fun level, I've worked with, our club, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. The big mountain to climb with juniors is getting them here, isn't it? Yeah. They see people like me and think, well, okay, it's for the old guys or girls, and is it going to be fun for a 16-year-old? So we've worked really hard with our local schools. And one lady in particular has made this her banner, and she has written to schools and phoned them, found out the sports teacher, and put a lot of effort in. And as a result of maybe 8 schools, we've got one who has said, okay, it's a private school, so not public, so they've got a little bit more say in what happens in the curriculum. And they said, yeah, we'll put it on for a particular group of ours, we'll put it on the curriculum. And they will come for 6 weeks, and it's part of their school day, and one of their teachers will come along as well. 16 boys, 12, 13, 14, and we take them and give them a croquet experience. So what I'm sort of coming to you with is from largely from that experience. The other one was we had an open day, families came along, kids loved it, and said, you know, can we do it some more? And so their parents have now joined the club and they want a junior section. So we've now generated a junior section, so we have a junior roll-up, and they come along.
So a junior roll-up, like a draw especially for the junior players?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so and so there'll be 6 of them, yeah. And they'll probably be on one lawn, and they go and will play.
Yeah.
So I'm distinguishing there between a roll-up and a coaching course.
Yeah.
So they can just come and play,
Yep.
enjoy themselves, and there isn't any coaching. Or we'll say, yeah, we'll put on a little bit of coaching and then there'll be some free time.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit strict about whether it's you're coming to be coached or you're coming to have a bit of free time play for what you call child protection reasons, we call safeguarding. Okay, so first of all, the games. I'm not going to take you through all these, but again, on the CQE website, I've generated a description of each of these different games. You can imagine, can't you? So you get some wooden blocks, lay them out, put numbers on the blocks, and they have to knock them over, and they get the number that's on the block. And you can make up your own rules, of course, and it's not too important, but there's a whole row of them there. This one, when it's tethered, pop that in the ground, one player there, they play a ball to knock this, and they score. This player then plays a ball, knocks this, they score. And you can do that as a tennis scoring. Best though to make sure that the juniors know how to score tennis before being 15 all and so on. Okay, so there are a set and it's not enormous rocket science. I've just got there ahead of some other people. There's a whole set of games for juniors if you're interested. The other thing to mention, though, is we have to be, and I believe here in Australia you're the same, we've got to be very mindful of having a croquet safe place for children. We have 4 things that we've achieved to make that safe place. The first is I think you are, we're licensed to coach under 18s. And that means we've had the police check, we have done some what we call safeguarding training, and we've signed up to a specific code of conduct. So yeah, no touching the juniors and so on. We have a number of under 18 licensed coaches. There aren't enough of these that we can say that everybody who coaches a junior must be an under 18 licensed coach. Because we haven't got enough, we compromise by saying all coaching must be supervised by an under 18 licensed coach. So other coaches can come along, but they have to work under the supervision, and we would expect them to have been police checked. Okay. For the safety of the coach, not the safety of the child, always have at least 2. We mandate that there must always be 2 adults present, and each under 18, we must know who is their responsible adult. So the in loco parentis person, who might be one of the coaches. I am a responsible adult for 2 or 3 of our under 18s. So I need to know I've got their details, their date of birth, their address, their doctor's information, what allergies they've got. So I know that as their responsible adult. I don't know it because I'm their under 18 licensed coach. Okay.
So that means that if they didn't have a croquet person who knew that they would need...
They'd have to bring it along, but that person, yeah, and they'd sit and do something while their youngsters there. Right. And we're pretty hard over on all that. Right. Yeah. So the consequence, go on.
When you bring a school group though,
So the school group, their responsible adult is the teacher who has to come along. So we would not take those 16 without their sports teacher coming with them, and they cover off all that. With, you can imagine, so we have a 1-to-4 ratio. I expect you have the same. So coach to child, so there are at least four coaches there, plus I'm the under 18 licensed coach to ensure what's going on is appropriate. And actually, one of the things that we try to drill into that is it's got to be fun. So they're responsible for making sure that it is fun for the children. Okay, anything else? Yeah, Peter.
Did you get any recruits out of your school coaching?
Okay. One out of the 16, which I think is a vast success. I'm surprised.
We got one out of the Canberra Girls Primary, didn't we?
Did we? Amelia.
No, she came
Oh,
from
did
a
she not? Oh,
grandparent.
she came from.
She came from a
We
grandparent.
find that, you end up babysitting, they have a great time.
Yeah.
They enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I noticed your under 21, whose name escapes me,
Yeah.
suggested it was better to go and offer croquet in the schoolyard after hours.
Yes.
And then you attract the ones who are going to be worth.
Yes. Yeah. And we have done that. I've been to school grounds and offered croquet there. That school had croquet sets, which is great. So they did most of the hard work. The issue, of course, isn't it, is well, you'll bring the croquet sets, won't you? Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Well, the experience in New Zealand is that you really get recruitment when you have a teacher who's into croquet. So Jared Coots is
Exactly. Yes. And funnily enough, I'm just describing going to a school, and they had a teacher who was a good croquet player. It's hard work, and it can be dispiriting because you invest your time in the child, and the child decides that tennis is better or something. And yeah.
We've been looking at maybe homeschool kids.
Oh, okay.
There's a network of homeschoolers.
Yes.
Because they don't have other sports.
Yeah, I like that. And they're also more flexible than there.
In the time and
Yes. Yeah. So there's a WhatsApp group or something of homeschoolers that can
there's a community
tap
of
into.
parents who.
Okay.
We haven't done it yet, but it's something we've been looking at.
Yes. Yeah, that's I love it. Good idea.
And then of course the parents are available to bring them.
Yes.
Teaching them anyway.
Yeah. Oh, love the idea.
Our thing here is we have working with vulnerable people checks that we would have to have.
You have.
That's the minimum,
I know,
which is a pretty low bar.
It is.
And I think we need to have some more guidelines because a number of clubs do the other part of that differently, and we haven't got clear guidelines.
So our government has a thing called working with vulnerable people.
Yes, okay.
We have to get a licence for that, which is similar to the top thing there.
It's like police checked.
It is.
But I think there needs to be that additional training and
So,
you coach juniors as opposed to adults.
Yes.
I was very happy to help with that. I used to run an outdoor adventure camp for kids.
Oh.
And had to put in place all of those.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that would be really good.
And to have a passion for it, that's part of it, isn't it?
Train your teams to be appropriate.
Exactly right.
So I hope that's helpful thoughts. Okay, how are we doing?
Ian, just looping back.
Yeah.
You had tactics for
Yes.
improvers, which we've kind
did we skip it? Sorry.
skipped over it. So
Yeah.
I
Okay,
wouldn't
let me
mind
just-
a little bit on that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I should have. Can I just borrow yours for
Yes.
2 seconds, rather than looking back. Okay. This list is designed for a 10 plus who wants to improve. So the 10 plus in my mind has got sufficient skill and they want to improve, but they probably haven't, all their focus has been on improving their skill and they haven't really thought very much about tactics. So this is I'm not expecting any of this to be new for you. But let me just, is it worth just going through?
Yeah.
Sorry, yes. Which of these are not clear? I know there's one that's not clear.
It's the third one.
Number 3.
Skimming your ball up to the next hoop.
So,
What's that mean
okay, so this means deliberately, so I'm giving up on this hoop, and the really high handicapper say, I'm going to go halfway. Okay, so an improvement on that is to look for an opponent ball that we can ricochet off that up to the next hoop, and that then will be onside.
Now that's what I thought it
Good,
was.
okay.
We discussed this on the plane, and the word place didn't place the ball.
Yeah, so pick it up and place it.
So you do have to skim off or ricochet off the other one.
Yeah. Okay, so that's knowing the offside rules is really part of that. Okay, any other?
Your comment
Really about achieve 2 in 1. I'm presuming that's where you've got a ball jaws in the hoop, and you'll set your ball to put it through and go to the next hoop.
That would be a good example. Yes. So, but it could be what we were just doing with those balls there. You're clearing and getting position in front of the hoop. Right. You might be blocking, but also I'm now in front of the hoop as well. That incident is direct from Steve Mulliner. So I'm sure many of you know his name. So a really top level player. He gave us a masterclass. That was one of his golden nuggets. Always look, as you're doing your tactics, to think, can I do 2 things in one here? There are sometimes you can't. First stroke of the game is tricky, but that was what that one's about. Anything else?
One of the things that is emphasised in our coaching is to try and get 2 hoops in a row. So some of these exercises achieve that, but that's one of our coaching. Peter Landry says the goal of golf croquet, because you can trade hoops. Yes. Or you can think, I need 2 hoops in a row, so I get the jump.
Yes.
And so how can I achieve that?
How can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and sometimes
so that's kind of behind your thinking.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like playing tennis, and you're going to get a break a serve.
So yes.
Games will go on serve.
Yeah.
Up 6 all and playing 13.
Yeah.
You can get a break of serve.
Yeah.
First to the hoop is always one to just get them in that next hoop, and you're if you just
but that's why you jaws. So you get not only that hoop but the next one.
Yeah. And the follow on from hoop for hoop is that the one that goes first wins on 13 with a 70% success ratio. By the way. So red and yellow really do have to break serve to actually win the game.
Yes. Yeah. And by the way, always play primaries, not secondaries.
Always.
When you get the choice, did you know why? Did you know why? The primaries are used more than the secondaries. The primaries are therefore infinitesimally smaller than the secondaries. I have proved it. I proved it in Cheltenham. Yes, yeah. Number 7, stigma. Okay, so it's somewhat similar to this, what we're just describing. I can ask you to imagine that you're at hoop 2, your blue is cast iron certain, because red and yellow are cast iron certain to get that hoop. But it's black to play. So supposing you play black beyond the hoop, bear in mind, red and yellow are far away. Okay, play black beyond the hoop. Yellow attempts a Hail Mary clearance of blue, fails. Okay, blue runs through to just in front of black. When it's black's turn, black will promote blue across to hoop 3 and steal a march, because blue will then be in front of the hoop when it's its turn. Do you see the...
I did it the other day, but I thought that...
right,
okay.
okay.
If that's what you meant.
Yeah, and some people call it turning a corner. There's another phrase for it.
What we find is one of those shots that if you don't get it right,
yes,
it goes badly wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So, in my thinking, AC players are better at doing this than GC players because they're more used to the rush.
But it's a good one to be aware of.
Yeah. A guy I taught that to, or he got it off me. Whenever he's playing me, you know, he's watching it every time, and he will always clear my ball I put up to do the promotion. Even if I might you're not doing that to me.
So good. So does that help? Just run through the tactics.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do have one more thing which might be helpful for you, which is this.
Oh, great.
So.
I'll go and get some stuff for lunch, but.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with this chart?
I haven't seen the chart before, but...
You haven't? Okay. So in England, we print this chart. Thank you. We print this chart, as Appendix 4. Okay. Thank you. We print this chart as Appendix 4 in our rule book. So it is printed in the rule book. It is designed to assist players and referees to identify the correct remedy for a wrong ball. So could I ask you just to look down the coloured, ignore everything else for a moment, just look down the coloured column. The first one is as rare as hen's teeth, where a team have, in the second game of a match, have switched the ownership of balls. Well, okay, I've never known it in my experience, but the remedy is to allow them to switch up ball ownership. Okay, next one is annul the stroke. So let's just log in our minds that one of the remedies for wrong ball is you annul the stroke. It is one of the remedies.
What does that mean?
Annul means, thank you, really good question. So annul means the stroke did not happen. Bring everything back, rewind everything, the stroke didn't happen. Okay? With the one caveat, you don't rewind the actual clock if it's a timed game. You do not give them back the time, but everything else, you just wind everything back. So an annulled stroke. So that's number, so generally it'll be the first one you think about. The next one is a penalty area continuation. Are we all, as coaches, we're comfortable with penalty area continuations? Anybody? No? No? Okay, so for those who are not familiar, if a penalty area continuation is the correct remedy, then the teams are brought together and there is another toss of a coin or equivalent. So a coin toss, which means there will be a winner of the toss and a loser of the toss. The loser of the toss gets to choose which of the two penalty areas all 4 balls are going to be moved. Okay, so this is a remedy for a complex wrong ball situation. So the remedy is, okay, we're all going to go to a penalty area. Which one? It's the loser of the toss. Okay, the winner of the toss gets the benefit of going first. You're ahead of me, Vicky. Yeah.
I could see where that was going.
Okay, all right.
Good, that's good.
Do they
Go
get to choose whether they go first or second, don't they?
No, they go first, but they choose which colour they want to go with, which in doubles could be important. I'm playing with Reg Bamford. I'm going to put Reg Bamford in to play first after a penalty area continuation. Yeah, not that I've ever had the privilege of playing. I have against, but I've never played with. Okay, so are we comfortable with? So we've got two remedies available to us: annul the stroke or a penalty area continuation. So we're a player here, and we know a wrong pull's happened. So we've got two potential answers so far: an annul stroke or penalty area continuation. Next is a ball swap. Are we comfortable with a ball swap? Okay, all right. We have ball swap, which I will explain this afternoon, and replace and replay. So those are the choices. It distills down. We can forget switch ball ownership. It'll never happen in your lifetime. So you've only got to choose annul the stroke, penalty area continuation, ball swap, or replace and replay. Those are your choices, and the way you choose is by going down the left-hand side and asking the question, did this happen? So let's forget the first one. The second one, did a side play a stroke when they weren't entitled to play? So Dr. Blue plays blue, Reverend Black plays black. You'll know my team, I expect. So Reverend Black can't play a ball immediately after Dr. Blue's played. So he played when he wasn't entitled, or she played when he wasn't entitled. So in that case, Reverend Black's stroke would be annulled, and Miss Scarlett would play her red.
You bring the ball back and Reg just plays. So
And it didn't happen. Yep.
So
Okay.
there's no penalty to Black out of that.
Correct, yes. So in thinking about wrong balls, remove the idea of penalty. They're remedies. Okay? And that's very much the principle that we're coming from. How to remedy that's the fairest to both sides. And both sides, so we're not thinking of an offending side here. Okay? Okay, I'm not going to, it'll take too long to go through the rest. I'm about to hit the hardest one. But can you see how if you answer the questions down the left-hand side, you're going to find what is the answer in the coloured column. And this table has withstood the test of time. How long have you had it at Ride? About 4 years now, 4 or 5 years? Yeah. So it works. It works if you work down. If you try to go in at the side and forget to ask these questions, you may miss a vital clue. So work down from the top and you've got a bit of gold dust, I would like to think. Okay, that was all I was going to cover on GC rules. You don't have wet weather, so it's not oh, except we just had a bit of rain. Yeah, and I just to introduce newbies, some do's and don'ts. It's all sort of rather obvious stuff, but I thought it might be helpful. Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good for lunch if everybody's happy. Can I just say thank you very much to Ian?
Thank you.